So, welcome back to another video. Myself, Lloyd, obviously I'm here, and the most famous person on my channel so far is back. Behind the camera, Victoria. How you doing, Vic?
I'm good, Lloyd just had a fresh trim, so he looks about 15 at the moment.
Back down to Watford tonight, so the same location as where the first video when I did the 3000, but other than that, loads of stuff's changed, there's lots going on. I've done one race since that last 3000. We did try and get loads of videos, but, well, we did get loads of videos, but the audio fucked up. So basically, we couldn't post any of it because the audio was shit. Which in that race, I ran 15 minutes and 8 seconds. That is my third fastest 5,000 metre race ever. And that was my first one in 3 years. It was a really hot night. I struggled a little bit in the heat. It's a very short summary of the race, but that is a really good sort of 5,000 metre season opener. And I've got another one on August the 24th. That's my last race of the season. So the sub 15 goal is well on. I think I could probably get out and do it along the motorway right now, to be honest. So I'm in great shape. I'm feeling fit. I'm feeling happy, and I'm loving my running. And since that last race, training has been, since that 5,000 metre race, training has been amazing. I've just been on it with everything, doing all my gym, doing everything. Like, yeah, I know I'm like blowing smoke up my ass right now, but training has been going absolutely 10 out of 10. Vic?
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to give my race prediction behind the camera when you're not here in a little while.
Yeah, you love doing that, don't you?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
But
So,
I agree.
yeah, so I've been doing all my gym, all my rehab, been training the same mindset of training smart, not pushing things too hard in sessions, but sessions have been getting quicker. I've been touching up on some of the sort of paces that I haven't ran in 3 or 4 years, like the 800 metre pace, 1500 metre pace. These are paces that I just I look on the diary and I'm like, oh, that's quite daunting, but they have been getting better, and I am getting faster. And to be honest, the stopwatch has been surprising me every workout. So that bodes well for tonight's race. I mean, it's quite cool. It's raining a little bit every day.
I think this is like perfect conditions, to be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty much bang on. It's about 21 degrees, so the conditions I think are perfect. I can't remember what my prediction was when we did the 3K race and we put it on YouTube, but I'm always quite realistic with my targets. Like, no, I am realistic with what shape I'm in, and tonight I'm very confident that I will run well because I'm so fit that even if I ran like a dickhead, I still think I could just pull through and get the job done. If I don't run like a dickhead and I run sensibly and I execute a good race plan, I think I could run very fast for me right now. Not very fast on Jake Whiteman's standards, but for me, which is exciting. So my PB for the 1500 metres is 3 minutes and 52 seconds, and I ran that in my first year at university in 2017. I'm not expecting to run that tonight, but 3 years ago I ran my last 1500 and I ran 3 minutes 57. So if I could run in around 356, 357, that would be really, really solid, and I think that would really confirm that we're going in the right direction. So yeah, get down at Watford nice and early. What's the time? It's 25 past 5. I'm not going to be racing until probably 8 o'clock-ish, half 8. But anything you want to say, Vic, before we get to the gaff?
No, don't think so. I'll catch you on the other side.
Yeah, we'll catch you down in Watford in sunny Hertfordshire.
And if only I could hold you, maybe I'll miss your face.
Did you just go wee? That hoodie, it's so warm. Bait. Okay, now.
Gibson.
Kempson.
Hey?
Kempson.
Kempson.
That's the one.
148.
How do you spell your surname?
Yes.
Racing and things like that. And I know she goes
We'll be back at Watford.
Oh, loving life. Got my tea.
You
Got
come
my
here.
snacks.
You come here. You're a regular now.
Got my caramel wafer. What more could I want from a Wednesday evening? Love Island when we get home.
Oh God.
Get a video, right? Well done.
Clicks now.
He's alright, he's here tonight.
Is he?
He did 20-minute park run the other week.
So, just left Lloyd to finish up with his strides before his race. It's bloody freezing here today. All I'm gonna say is the race that just went off before Lloyd's, just finished in 3:57, and that was a pretty close pack as well. They all pretty much finished together, and there was quite a few boys in there. So that gives me hope, I guess is the right word, that this race is probably going to be a couple of seconds quicker, which means Lloyd will be in for a good race. Now let's just hope he doesn't go off too quick, blow up too quickly. Maybe we'll finish quicker than 3:58. Who knows? Good luck, Lloyd. I'm actually really nervous.
So I thought we'd do something a little bit different this time around, and I'm going to sort of commentate on my race whilst it's going ahead, and give you a bit of an insight into how I was feeling at that point, and yeah, just basically chat you through how the race was going, really. So on the start line, I mean, my anxiety was going through the roof. I was absolutely bricking it at this point. But as soon as the going goes, as you'll know if you've been in a track race, all that anxiety goes out the roof, and or out the window, should I say? And it's all systems go. I mean, initially my plan was to go off at the back, and right now I'm second last, just in front of the guy with the red singlet, and I found myself, you know, quite far back compared to where I normally place myself at the start of races. I'm normally really quick off the line, and I'm in the first 1 or 200 metres in. So there's a nice change to just sit at the back, and 150, 200 metres into the race, I'm just towards the rear of the field, and it was quite messy because everyone's sort of finding their feet, finding their position. It's chopping and changing.
Nice, Lloyd, well done.
And at this point into the race, I'm not really looking where the leaders are or anything like that. I'm just making sure that I don't fall over, and I do get a bit of a clip on the heels there as we go through 300 metres in, and I was about 48 seconds, so even at that point I knew that it was very slow. But everything was fine at this point, and we were just rounding the turn to hear the man with the stopwatch call out the splits for the first lap to get an idea of what pace we're on. Now I think we'll go through that lap there. I think I went through at about 64, 65 seconds, and obviously everyone was like, shit, this is really slow. So everyone sort of picked it up straight away, and I made a bit of a move already down this back straight just to move up a place or two, just to take closer to the front of the pack so that we can cover any moves. I've kept finding around this top bend that it did get quite messy, and I found myself in sort of like lane 2 and 3 a lot of the time around there. There was a lot of people changing positions. There was a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving, clipping of heels, and the main thing is that I just didn't want to fall over or anything like that. Just stay out of trouble and make sure that I was close enough to the front for when it really gets moving. So we're approaching 2 laps left to run. I normally take a look at the clock here just to get an idea what pace we're on. And I noticed that we was well outside 150. So at that point, I thought the race was going to be won in about, 4 minutes, because I think we went through that point there in about I went through in about 153. So my last 800 was actually just outside 2 minutes, which is really strong. So through 800 metres in, I think I went round at about 210, 209, and I'm right in the middle of the pack here. And this is where I make quite a significant move. And there's a bit of a breakaway pack. The sort of front guys are starting to really pile it on now. So I did put a spurt in to go down the outside and get into, probably 5th or 6th, or maybe even into 4th position with 600 metres left to run. And at this point, I found myself really close to the front of the race, and I hadn't really used much energy. Like even though I'd put those spurts in, I felt so comfortable. And that entire last 100 metres as we head into the penultimate home straight for the penultimate time, I just couldn't believe how easy I'd got to the front of the race. I felt so comfortable, and even at this point, I thought about passing the Cambridge runner into second, but he put a bit of a spurt in to keep me out there. So we hit the bell there. I hit the bell at about 2:55, 2:56. So I knew that I was going to have to put something naughty in the last lap to get inside 4 minutes. And I make the pass on the Cambridge athlete because he starts to suffer, and the leader actually started to make a bit of a getaway. So got in behind the leader down the back straight, and I thought about passing here, but I just took a sit on the rail, got in his slipstream. And this was the point where I was like, right, I feel so comfortable here. Unless this guy in front has got a massive kick, I'm pretty sure I've got this in the bag. And I just thought, fuck it, let's go. So I put the hammer down with 2:20 to go, went as hard as I could, just went flat out for 50 or 60 metres to try and put as much time into the second guy behind me. Didn't look round, just went for it. Started to sting a little bit here, so I just maintained my effort rather than trying to keep increasing the effort. And as I rounded the turn, Vic's camera angles were a little bit off. But, at this point, I was pretty confident that I'd got a decent gap behind me. It was all about just holding my form and just relaxing as much as possible. And then I looked at the clock and I was like, damn, boy, naughty last lap. And, there's me getting gassed about the win. So, yeah, that was the win. That was a 3:55. We go again to the next one.
Well done, girl.
Alright,
Well done. Good work. Solid.
you ain't seen me run like that before, have you?
Well done.
That's the old glory days.
I'm proud of you.
Boom. Yeah, I'm well up with that.
You are. Buzzing.
That's a quick time off that pace. Slow as fuck for 800.
Well done, honey.
Started tying up in the last 100, but felt like I held it.
No, you were good. You were solid. That was literally, couldn't ask for anything better.
The first 1500 in 3 years. That wasn't 3 seconds off my best. That's all right. But to close like that,
Yeah, but you haven't ran fast in so long.
to close the last lap, take it on and just fuck off. I'm well happy with that. I'm so happy.
How's your hamstring?
Fine, all good.
Oh, lovely.
Lactic was hitting last bit, but
He's happy.
that's worth every single
I know.
tantrum. It's here.
Every tantrum that I've had to listen to.
Yeah, it's worth it though.
Every hour in the gym that I've put you through.
Fucking hell.
Every morning of mobility and
Just got to
rehab.
just got to take 10 seconds off that.
All right. Go on, girl.
What's happening, people? So it is now August the 1st, Monday afternoon, and I'm doing my post-race review. I'm sorry this has taken so long to get out on YouTube. I know that my 191 subscribers have been absolutely crying out for it, but I've been busy since the race and a few things got in the way. But anyway, first of all, just want to apologise for anyone that's offended by swearing. I blame my dad's genes for that one, and, being born and bred in Luton probably doesn't help either. We're not the most articulate crowd, us Lutonians, but I'm very passionate about track and field, about my athletics and improving, and I've put in a lot of hard work physically and probably more mentally to get to this point, and that passion does fall out, and unfortunately my language does fail me sometimes. So if that's something that you're not a fan of, then this probably isn't the channel for you, but if you are, then this is probably the channel for you, because fuck me, I love a good swear. Now, I won a bloody race. Like, for a lot of people, faster or slower than me or whatever, they might not think that's a big deal, but for I can't stress the amount of shit I've had to go through to get to this point. Physically, yeah, injury is horrible, but mentally I've gone through so much to get to a point where I am confident enough to stand on a start line and race. And even on Wednesday night, I had such bad anxiety on that start line. It's something that I'm going to be seeking a therapist about. It's something that I really need to work on as a person and an athlete. But to be able to stand on the start line, absolutely shitting my pants and having demons in my head, to then win a race is everything for me. And it is just a humongous stepping stone for what I'm looking to achieve with my running and self-improvement, I guess. The race itself, I mean, there's not many races you'll win as a runner unless you are in the top %, because when you win a race, you then enter a faster race, and it just goes like that until you eventually reach a level of competition that you either aren't good enough at the time to win, or you need some time to get that good to win. So in my life, I've not won many races, maybe 40, 50 races out of thousands. But when you do win, you need to cherish those events, those times, because only one person in every race can win. So you've got to take it and enjoy the moment. I think as well, like the confidence that you gain from seeing results, whether it be a win, a PB, or good session, or a good feeling, whatever it may be, it's such a powerful asset to then home in on for your training. And since Wednesday's race, I've just felt so confident and strong in my mind that I am doing the right things. The process is working, and every day I'm better. Every day I'm stronger. So that doesn't mean I need to work harder every day, but whether it be a rest day, a gym session, a rehab session, or a track workout, whatever it may be, the level I'm doing it at is working. And that is enough right now. I don't need to think about working harder. I just need to keep ticking the days off, and it's clearly working. And I'm in this mindset at the moment where I feel untouchable. I feel like nothing, and when I say nothing, I mean my demons and my problems in my head that I've struggled with in the last 3 years. Nothing can alter me from the course that I'm on. And that feels amazing to say. And it's important for me to make clear that I'm not like, nothing can alter me. None of these runners can do anything to harm me. It's nothing. This is not about anyone else. This is about my brain and the demons that I've faced and the shit I've gone through to get to this point. This is not about anyone else at all. I am in competition with me and me only. So that's what that means, basically. Because I don't want to sound like this arrogant dickhead who's like, oh yeah, I want to beat everyone. It's not about that. It's about beating myself and about being better than me yesterday, being better than me a year ago, and improving, and just about that self-improvement journey, right? So the race itself, I spoke to Lewis, my coach, and I said, look, I want to race like Jakob. I want to stop going off really fast and then dying, and then trying to sort of recover during the race, any distance, because I'm really guilty of doing that a lot of the times. I want to go off slow, go off more steady, work my way through the field. So start off at the back, work my way through the field each lap, cover the moves when it feels at the right time, depending on how I'm feeling in the race. And if all goes to plan and all the stars align, hopefully by the time I get to the last lap, I'm in a place in the race where I can finish in the top 4 or 5. And if if every single star aligns and I get a sniff of the win, fuck it. Roll the dice and go for it and see what happens. That was the race plan. His goals, and now I've got my goals aligned. And I said, I want to finish the race without an injury. Check. Be competitive. Check. Enjoy it. Check. Anything else is a bonus. So if I finish last in 4 minutes and 10 seconds, but I was competitive, I enjoy it, and I didn't get injured, that is just as beneficial as me winning the race. So the race itself panned out bang on. Everything worked out exactly as I wanted it to, which is so rare in running. The pace wasn't that quick. We went through 800 in about 209, 210. It was 64, 65 a lap, so it was very even pace, but it was very slow. I think everyone wanted it a bit quicker. And when the surges started to happen in the last 700 metres, no, in the last 900 metres, shall I say? No, hang on, I've got that maths well wrong. When the surges started to happen with 700 metres to run, I just covered it, and it was so comfortable. I couldn't believe how good I felt. And coming down to the bell with 1 lap to run, I think at that point I knew I was going to have a good run. I didn't know if I was going to win, but I felt so confident because I hadn't really used any energy. I felt so comfortable, and my breathing was real low, and I felt like I was in a 5k race. That's the way I could describe it. And I've been running 1500 metres now for 16, 17 years. I've run hundreds of 1500 metre races, and I've never felt that good that late on in the race. So it was a real great new experience for me to enjoy. And on the final lap, when I tucked in behind the leader and I got into a slipstream, at that point, everything went silent to me. Everything sort of slowed down, and I was well in control to win that race. And I spoke to my mate, Australian miler Ryan Gregson, 3:31 1500 metre runner, before the race, and said, look, if I get the chance to win, I'm going to do what Jake Whiteman did. I'm going to go at 200 metres to go, and I'm going to make a move that's decisive and see if I can win it from there. Did that, made the move, got the gap. And the damage that I'd done in that 50, 60, 70 metres was enough to take the win, which is brilliant. And I really did shock myself to come over the line in 3:55, considering how slow the pace was. I think I closed the last lap in about just inside 59 seconds, so it was about 58 high for my last lap. That's the fastest last lap that I've ever run in a 1500, or any race actually, above 800 metres. So I can't believe I'm saying these things, because I think I've come from such a terrible place at the start of this year, coming back from COVID and just being unfit as well, to be able to say all of these things, it's almost like I just can't believe it. And I'm really excited for what is potentially going to come in the future if I keep my head screwed on, I keep consistent, I stay injury free, and I keep enjoying it. So coming up next, and we'll wrap this video up now, in 10 days time, I'm doing a 3,000 metre race back at Watford, hoping for a decent race there. You know, again, we'll go for the win, we'll try and finish high up in the field, but I'd love the clock to say something around low 8:20s. But again, I might surprise myself and go faster, might go slower, who knows? As long as we enjoy it, we stay injury free and I'm competitive, they're the goals. What the clock says and where I finish will be what it be. But it'll be what it'll be, whatever. I've got a hard workout on the track tomorrow. I've got a 3K simulation workout, so that'll give me a good idea what shape I'm in. I'm going to take the camera down there and hopefully get some content for YouTube and bang a video up later this week or maybe next week. I think I'm nearly at 200 subscribers now, so KSI, you better watch out, bro. But yeah, man, next video is going to be hopefully tomorrow's track workout, and then we'll do another one for the Watford 3K in 10 days time. But yeah, last piece of advice from me is that if you're not enjoying your running, change your environment. Enjoyment is the most powerful tool that you can have when you're training and you're running. And a happier runner will be a faster runner. And I'll catch you down the road for the next one. Peace.